you're working on. All right, Brad, what you working on there? I can't see anything except your glasses and up.
Oh, I was going to work on painting.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Yeah.
I got it sprayed with matte finish and I put the super glue on the beak.
So you've decided to leave it green, leave the, or are you going to paint over it? The
No,
eyes.
I'm going to paint over it, but I was going to ask you what you thought. I mean, the guys last night that I carved with
Mm-hmm.
uh, told me to tone it down first with something like a basswood color, and I've got some linen color,
Hmm. Well,
or I don't
Dad,
know if,
Dad always talked about gesso for flattening out color using gesso. Do you have gesso? That's
yeah,
usually
I've
what
got
we
some of
use.
that.
So I'd say start with the gesso, and if that doesn't do the trick, then try the linen. But were you going to wood burn up to the eyes, or are you going to leave those eyes kind of open like that? Because we didn't know whether it would burn, remember? Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
read the package and it said it would, you could wood burn on it.
I
But
was
isn't
just
that what we
gonna
usually do?
leave it alone like that and just paint
Okay.
over it, I guess.
Well, see how it looks. And if you won't need to, you'll go back over it with some wood burning and paint. I was getting ready to do some dyeing and I realized I got some nicks in here. So I'm going to do some more sanding. Can never do enough sanding, right?
Yeah.
Because once you put, especially with dye, boy, that stuff stands out like big time, stands out. And he's got a little notch in his nose that is just part of how the wood is, you know. It's got a little, you can see it right here. There is a divot, and it's just part of the way the wood is. It's not anything I did, but if I take it all the way down and get it smooth, I'm going to have a really narrow nose here. So I don't know
Oh,
what to do about that. I think I'll just say it's a battle mark. Got no fight, right?
yeah.
Did I hit record?
I think you did.
I hope I did, because I wanted to record for Barry because I think he looks at these. So I got some discouraging news um, today. Uh, Tom Chappie used to help Dad and me with the wood burning sessions at the library.
Uh-huh.
He loved the kids, but he would help with the adults too. And so we had a date scheduled. I asked him when Dad died, do you want to keep doing it or should I cancel these sessions because I can't really handle them by myself? And he said he wanted to keep doing them. And we were all geared. He actually went when we were supposed to go. And I was getting in my car to go. And he got there like a half hour early and called me and said, there's nobody here. Nobody signed up for it. And I was like, what? And because I didn't follow through to find out. Um, so it turned out the guy forgot, the library guy had forgotten, and I didn't follow through. So that was canceled. Then he moved it. He asked, for dates, and I asked Tom for dates, and we got it all squared away last month of when we were going to do it. So today I checked to make sure, hey, is our people, I knew people were signed up because my boss actually signed up for it. But that's when she told me they had moved the time from normally we do 1 to 3 and they moved it 3 to 5, which is a little late in the day and a Saturday. But so I quickly texted Tom when I found out this morning that it had been moved to because it didn't dawn on me to go in there and look. I assumed we had the same time, just a different day. And Tom just texted me and said, I'm not available that day. And I was like, what? You're the one who told me this was a good day. So I'm thinking, and he didn't want to commit to January. So I'm thinking that the kids thing is going away because I can't do the kids without help.
Yeah.
There, you really have to have at least two people. And Tom and I work really well together, but I know he's got to make appointments, for doctors, and he's got to make them, he's got to be available whenever they are available. And I think he's got some health issues going on. So I don't want to pressure him, but it's kind of sad. It's sad for me because I don't want to stop doing it. It was something Dad really liked and made me feel good
Yeah.
to teach the kids how to do it. So it was kind of sad when he
Well, this
said
gesso looks like it's like covering
covering
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, Dad was a fan of gesso. It was what he was taught. You put a gesso down on everything and it evens out everything.
I don't know if I should do the whole area where it's supposed to be white or not. I
I
mean,
would.
over the feathers of the body, or
Oh, well,
I
you've
already did
already
spray it with
you
matte
sprayed
finish.
it, so that should be fine. That should be enough. But I mean,
Yeah,
you want to
because
have it.
on that I don't really have any color to cover, I guess.
You don't really want it to be really thick there either. You got to go really with those thin, or your wood burning will get covered up. You know,
Yeah,
you got to go with really thin layer, the kind you can see through. You can read a newspaper print through, as Dad used to say, because otherwise you'll lose all your wood burning. Just cover it right up. And that took some time, didn't it?
yeah,
That was that was no joke, man. That was a lot of feathers. Can you imagine doing a whole bird? We just did the head.
yeah. Yeah, from what I know with those decoy carving competitions, they actually count how many feather barbs or whatever,
Really?
per, I don't know, half inch or something. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
So that must take quite a bit of time too.
I get down to the nitty gritty, huh?
Yeah.
That's no joke. I just want to enjoy it. I want it to look good too, though. And I know Dad's always looked better than mine. And a lot of that was because he would spend a lot more time sanding than I did. So he had a nice smooth surface to work on.
When I used to do the birds with Bob Dixon, if you got paint on the eyes or whatever, at the end you could take a detail knife and
Mm-hmm.
clean it off. I take it that's the way
Yeah.
you can do with these eyes too, because I
Yeah.
am getting gesso on the eyes. I'm trying to be
Yeah.
careful, but
Yeah. Well, it'd probably be easiest just to wipe it off while it's still wet, maybe. But yeah, you can probably scrape it off because it's glass.
yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem right to leave them green. That's not
It looked kind
the
of
way
cool,
they're
but
supposed to look.
I got it. I get you.
I don't know.
I get you.
And the guys at carving last night said they won't even paint them. So I don't know.
Yeah, and Barry and I too kind of thought they looked cool, but for an eagle, it's not really the color of an eagle. So I get why you would. I mean, if it were a mallard duck, maybe he could get away with it. I get it, but it did look kind of cool.
Yeah, I tried to call that carving company that I bought the stuff from to ask whether it's sandable and stuff, because I did look it up on their website and it doesn't really say much, about the product description.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't know.
you couldn't get a hold of them, or you did? Did you get a hold of them?
No, they didn't have any phone number on their website.
Oh,
So,
a lot of companies are doing that now. They want you only to contact them via email or. All right, I'm gonna hit this with a little finer grit too. I got the big chunks off. I think shaped it a little better around the my my beak was a little too squared off, I think. But what do you think now? Is it still too square?
no, it looks good.
I tried to round it more, but still looks kind of hook nose. Okay, I'm gonna hit it with a finer grit. And then I'm gonna start with the dye because the dye has to set for a little bit. So let's see, do I have something better than 120 here? Come on. Yeah. There's a 240. Do I got 300? Do I hear 300? No, 240 is the, let's do 240. Smooth as a baby's behind, right?
Yeah.
All right, I get a little weird when I work too many hours. I start making random comments. My coworker was just laughing. Another coworker said, "You guys are like, what is it? Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hasselhoff, Shirley and Laverne."
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Really? I thought it was more like Lucy and Ethel." Because I make a lot of mistakes, like Lucy. I get a lot of bright ideas that don't pan out very well. You didn't have.
So does that mean you're not going to need those tools that you bought at Harbor Freight and that then, since the kid?
Well, I still have the Boy Scouts, which
Oh,
I think I told you my boss offered to help me with them. That's why she's coming to Saturday's class because she's like, I've never done it before. And I said, well, come, it's a free session. Just come to the library. And it's an adult session, so you can at least learn how to wood burn before you help. But she was willing to help, just manage the kids. And I'm not as worried about that because the parents are super involved, I guess, and they'll be there. But we'll see if Barry can get those knives, the gougers done in time, because he said he did three and they came out pretty, they cut, they cut, he said. Because I got them where they could cut, but it was hard going. And I said, this isn't going to be fun for them. They're going to think carving is not fun because when you get a dull knife, it's not fun, right? It's
yeah.
work. So I wanted them to be a little better so that the kids could see those curls come off. That's very satisfying about curls coming off. And he said he did three of them and they came out, he was able to do it with his machine. So I might have to buy a machine like that. I don't know how big that machine is. If I can fit it in my house, then I'll get one. But if not,
Usually they're like the little I know, they're like a bench grinder or something.
yeah, I wonder if they have small ones, like, you know, portable little ones that I can tuck away when I'm not using it. What I don't like when you're sanding, it kind of fills in your wood burning and then the wood burning isn't as pretty or as strong looking.
Yeah.
The sawdust gets in there. Get under your chin. Let me scratch your little chin here. I haven't even put my super glue on. I can't remember if I did it last time or not. I'm thinking I didn't. I skipped that stuff. Hope his nose held up for the whoever got that one.
I don't know if I used the wrong kind or only specific brands turn real yellow, but I thought Barry said that,
His turned yellow.
you don't even have to paint the beak, it turns so yellow. Or that maybe I misunderstood. I don't know.
No, that's exactly what Dad always said. He used super glue and it was yellow. I mean,
But I
I
bought
did
a
paint mine. I know I painted mine yellow because I wanted mine to stand out and be really yellow, yellowy orange.
I did I think I told you before and I never opened it yet, but at Sam's Club quite a while ago, they had a special on, I think it was Loctite brand,
Oh,
and like 4 containers for $8 or something.
wow. That is a good deal.
And when I looked at them, when I got them out the other day, after I finally found them,
Mhm.
uh, 2 were gel and 2 were liquid.
Hmm.
I used the liquid though, so
Let me see your beak. Is it yellow? Oh, yeah, that's yellow. I mean, at first it looked yellow.
yeah.
I'd still hit it with some yellow orange. I just like a nice yellow orange beak, but that's me. Doesn't have to be that bright if you don't want it to be. Depends on what you're going for too. If you want a more subdued look on your bird, you don't want it to be all bright. I wish I had like I do have a cloth. Excuse me a moment. I'm gonna get a microfiber cloth and just see where I am with this. We use these at work. They're microfiber cloths,
Uh-huh.
and they're really good at getting up dust. But at the end of the day, or even after an hour of using it, they tell us to throw it away. And I was like, I'm not throwing this away. So I brought them home and washed them. And I took some back to work, but I've got some here too because I like them.
Yeah, my wife got some, and I think she just throws them in the washer, and
That's what I
like
do.
with the towels or whatever. I think.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They were like, throw them out. They no wonder everything's so expensive. We're throwing away something after using it one time. And then we get new ones. But they don't have a washer and dryer there, so they said no, throw it away. No, I'm not throwing it out. I don't like the look of that. Let's go back.
Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays they seem to throw everything away. When I grew up,
There's nothing away.
people
They
got
just,
people got TVs repaired, toasters,
well, the thing is though,
men's
Fred,
electric shavers. I don't know.
you get it to get it repaired, it costs more than to buy a new one,
Yeah,
or just as much. And you think, well, why would I repair this one when I could have a brand new one for $20 more or whatever? Because repair costs are ridiculous. And some things are made so you can't even repair them. It'd be impossible. Like this laptop I have, I was astounded. It doesn't, they no longer have batteries and I mean they have batteries built in. You can't replace the battery. So once the battery dies, it's out with the whole thing. Isn't that weird?
yeah. Or I don't know. We have an old iPad, and my wife uses it just to play like solitaire and stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the battery's going bad where you have to keep it plugged in all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I called and checked on it, and it was like 100 or $150 to put a new battery in, and
Oh,
it's not
geez.
worth it.
Right, but hang on to it because I talked Dad into getting a new one because he was worried he'd lose all of his photos and stuff. So I talked him into getting a new one, and he wanted to get one just like what he had because he really liked the one he had. But it was outmoded. I mean, it was like 5 years old, and the iPad comes out with a new one every time. So I talked him into getting not the latest, which was outrageously expensive, but a couple versions higher than what he had. And he hated it. It was not as user friendly. It didn't do what he needed it to do. And I looked online, and a lot of people were saying that the one that he had was like the best version. So he held on to his old one, but at least the photos could back up to the new one. So he did that. But towards the end there, he gave Katie that new one. He gave it to her. He just didn't like it. So hang on to your old one just in case.
Yeah.
You find that it's really not as good as the one you have. Ziggy, set timer.
Good afternoon, Michelle. For how long?
7.5 minutes because I talked through it.
7 minutes and 30 seconds. Starting now. By the way, time goes faster with music on. Just say, play music.
You.
Is that Ziggy like an Alexa? Is that what that is?
Yeah. You remember what I used to call it, Alexa? But my daughter's friend, her name is Alexis, and so it was confusing everything because she was here a lot back then. So then they finally came out with the option to change the name, so I changed it to
Well, we
Ziggy.
ask our Alexa to play like music by John Denver or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
I
once
like
in a
that
while
function.
it'll say, um, you know, you have to pay like $4.99 or whatever.
Yeah, it depends on
And
how.
then right after it says that, it plays it anyway. So I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Certain songs that'll say, no, you have to subscribe to the thing. My mom really liked that function. She liked it a lot because I bought her one. She loved hers. She used it all the time.
Well, there's the first like light coat.
Oh, wow. Looking good. Starting to really shape up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you going to do
And
anything to the handle besides the wood burning? I mean, it looks nice with just the wood burning, but were you planning to stain it or any?
I I quit right here. So I was gonna make the rest of that the dark brown,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
going
I'm
off
going to do
down the
that too.
body or back to the body.
But since I am using my dye, I'm going to do that first because I'm going to do two different colors. Oh, I forgot I did this time. I put my name
Oh,
and Oxford, Michigan in 2024. I probably should have put Basswood there, but I don't know if it'll show up after I dye it like that. Because I'm going to do that a dark brown, like you said. All right. No, got that right here. I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get fancy with it. I've got black and I've got this harvest brown, which is a kind of orangey autumn looking brown. And I
uh-huh.
think I'm going to mix these two to get a darker brown and put that on, let it dry. And then I'm going to do my sanding and put a layer of just this on top and see how it looks for the wood parts, for the
Okay.
base and the handle. I'm going to do that. So I need to have a palette to and then I need some thinner. I have a palette nearby. And I think Dad had some glue in here. This was his bag of glue. So I will look in here and see if there's some super glue I can get into for them to get that a drying. Glue stick. What else you got? Yeah, there's some. I wonder if it's still good. Squeeze here. But I forgot to get my, I thought about it this morning and then things got so crazy um, that I forgot to get my liquid. So I can't do the eyes yet, which is, I need to get on that because if the eyes go wrong, everything's wrong, right? I'd
Yeah.
like to know that sooner rather than later. All right. When you applied your glue, did you like spread it around with something or did you just drip it on there? The super glue.
No, I use the liquid and then I use like a popsicle stick or something flat to move it around or spread it around. Seemed to work pretty good.
You know, I know there's a special way to get into this with glue because there's a little yellow knob there, but I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's just stuck. I've got some around here too, I'm pretty sure. So I'll give up on that super glue. That's the original super glue, I think. And I will see if I have lay my hands on those. There's my super glue. But mine is Gorilla Glue. I don't know if that'll work the same, but I'll find out. We will find
Well, I
out.
think the most important thing is to protect or make the beak stronger in case you drop it or something. I don't know.
Right.
If it doesn't turn out yellow enough or something, you can always paint over it
That's not
with
gonna work.
yellow.
I probably will because I like mine. As I said, I like mine bright. So that little pointy thing doesn't work anymore. But oh yeah, that's happening. Put some on this side. Put some on the top. Some over here. And then I'll take a brush and I'll smear it all around. I better wash that brush out really fast. Or if I can find something like you said, that'd be great.
Or yeah, clean it real good, or the
Hey,
brush will be no good
no
probably.
good. Mhm.
I would suppose.
All right. Let's see what we got. I should have found something before I did this, but I didn't. So there you go. I think I have something here. Fast. Come on. I don't. So I use one of these Dollar Tree mm, makeup applicators and smear that around. Nice and even. Ziggy, stop. I'm in the middle of something. All right, we're gonna lose this session, I think. Probably before I get my hands out of the super glue. So don't worry, we'll meet at 5 to your hour like we usually do.
Okay.
If I lose you before I finish. Hey, that worked pretty well. Just using this applicator thing. Smeared it around pretty well, I think.
Is that spongy or something?
Yeah, it's that makeup applicator that I get at the Dollar Tree that I told you about that I used for my
Yeah.
guy. It worked. Worked pretty well. Get a nice even coat that way. I used to put polyurethane on like that too, which I think I'm going to go back